In this short tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to arrange our white hydrangea premium arrangement. I'm going to be using our Norton vase for this, but it does also suit the Orwell small vase or something like the Ockold, something not too big, but of a decent size. So I'm starting by using the popular stems just to create a nice base. Now you do get quite an abundance of leaves and branches on these, so just take a couple of seconds just to kind of fan them out so that you're getting like full volume. And I'm going to bend that down quite a lot so that that first branch is just below the neck, just so that it feels quite in proportion with the vase. And then again with this one, I'm not going to be exact about them being the same, but there we've kind of got a really simple, nice shape to fill in. So because the hydrangeas are our biggest stem, I'm going to be popping those in next, just so that they've got enough space and we can really get them in early so that we're happy with their placement before the other bits and bobs go in. So these are quite a long stem. Don't be afraid to bend them. They bend really easily. And give them a really tight squeeze so that you get a nice V at the bottom. One, it will make it easier for you to arrange, and it'll also make it easier for you to remove them if you come to take them out at some point. And the heads as well have got these kind of sprays on them in the middle here. And again, if you like them to look a bit tighter and smaller, that's absolutely fine, just leave them. I tend to like mine to have a little bit more kind of freedom and movement and almost like a nice airy feeling to them, so I do tend to open them a little bit. But once you've kind of bent to size, I'm just going to get the first stem in there. I'll turn this around and show you as I'm working on it. And really, when I'm doing something with big blooms like this, I'm very conscious that I don't want them to all be the same size or the same height, because that's just going to make everything look a bit too kind of formal and unnatural, because when we look in our gardens and stuff, things aren't that way inclined. I just thought I'd quickly show you this, because this one I'm going to do much shorter at the bottom here, kind of off to the side a little bit. I've actually, because it's such a huge stem, I've actually bent it back on itself again, so you get this much neater, easier to work with stem. And then so I've got one higher up, one down here, and then I'm going to have one over here as well. So nice tight squeeze and just popping it in there. Something like that, just to show you how we're looking at the moment. And then you've got 2 ranunculus sprays and 2 white wax flower, just to add a little bit of kind of daintiness. The ranunculus are just going to break up the hydrangea a little bit better, so it doesn't feel like too solid, and just add like a different shape and flower. Again, quite a tall stem compared to the vase, so don't be afraid to bend that down. And when you kind of receive these, they'll be much tighter and straighter. But again, really just flex them out, and they bend any direction that you want, which is quite nice to make them feel even more natural. So one's just going in almost at the back, kind of higher up, and then the other one I'm going to have lower down, right near the front. Something like that. And then last but by no means least, because I feel like wax flower brings everything together. If you've got a green arrangement and white arrangement and it's all kind of flowers and foliage, you need to add some wax flower, because it just adds that nice delicate texture that brings them both together. So yeah, it's one of my favourite stems. It has been for a long time. Not particularly on its own, but when it's worked into arrangements like this, just adds another texture and colour. Very simple. So one there and one somewhere over there, I reckon. And then what I always like to do before I kind of walk away from it is take a step back and just make sure that I'm completely happy with the formation. We've lost a hydrangea leaf there. They do just all poke right back in to the stems, like so. You probably just want to move that one a bit more into the centre, like so. And I like that these leaves are kind of hanging over. It really helps kind of connect the vase and the flowers together. So yeah, I hope that really helps. And if you give it a go, I would absolutely love to see it in your homes.